Okay, my friend, you are amazing. You keep asking really good questions. So there's a lot to this. This isn't just one little action and I will be okay. Rejection is so deeply cellular for us adoptees that it takes continued repetition of something. It's those little imperceptible shifts over time that we may not notice. And then 6 months later, after we've been practicing them, we look back and we're like, oh my gosh, I don't have the same reaction. So when I'm talking about self-abandoning and pushing through and saying yes when your body is saying no and being a chameleon, those were my go-tos. I did that all the time, all three of those. And the reason why I did those is because I so desperately wanted to be accepted and not rejected. I mean, it makes sense when you consider, how I talked about we came into the world. So it was kind of like what I talked about in strategy 1. It was acknowledging that. It was being able to bring that to the surface and go, okay, now that I know my birth mother attempted to abort me twice. Now that I know I was in foster care for 7 weeks and changed hands, I had 4 different caregivers. I had to explore that stuff. I had to actually find that stuff out. But I had to do it. I had to reclaim it myself. I had to know it was something that I needed. And first of all, that fog had to lift. I had to be able to become aware and acknowledge it. And so once that happened, I was able to notice, it took a while, but I was able to notice these things in my character and go, wow, no wonder my lower back has been screaming. My hips are so tense and tight. I have this massive tightness in my shoulders and back. And I used to go to see orthopedic surgeons and physical therapy. I did everything to treat the symptoms, but nothing to treat the root. So for me, it was beginning to realize after repeatedly going to these, doctors that treated the symptoms and nothing shifting, that I realized I've tried everything. And this rejection, this wasn't conscious, but this rejection is living in my body somehow. I'm being triggered and reacting. And that's when I began to realize I have to get into my body and start recognizing how these things show up. Don't push through, listen. And when my body has that tensing reaction, take a pause and go, what does that mean? Versus pushing through and going to take an ibuprofen. So it's noticing how the rejection shows up in your life, how the self-abandonment shows up in your life, and then taking a pause and doing that mindful thing. I wonder what this is about. But it makes sense that you would feel this way knowing what I know about your history. Okay, and you're not alone in this. There is a community around you of adoptees that are there to support you. That's practically how you do it on a consistent basis. That's the key.